Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It is Mark with Red Star Loft, and as you can see, it's not December, it's end of March 23rd, and we got snowed in almost yesterday. A few days before that it was in the high 50s, and then a couple days later we get the snow. So this time of year the temperatures are definitely hitting all sorts of extremes. It's supposed to be in the 50s, high 50s Wednesday. I'm counting on that as being my first settling day, but gotta take it day by day and see how it plays out, because it's impossible, almost impossible to know at this point. The birds are doing good though. They don't seem to mind too much. They were out in the snow most of the day yesterday, so they seem to be doing okay. I've been out here for a big chunk of the morning already, doing some cleanup now that I've decided to work from home and not go into the office for the time being. With the whole corona situation that's going on, I'm be at home more, be able to spend a little bit more time with the birds and take advantage of any nice days that we get to that come by. So I was just basically those high traffic areas, those grates all the way in the back. I was scraping those, the perches and the stands, but as you can see, I've weaned these two guys. They were in the breeding section up until a couple of days ago, and yep, they're over here now. Seem to be acclimating and doing well. These are all of the last birds that I've weaned, so I have been feeding them a little bit more than usual the last few days, just because we've weaned, you know, about 10 birds or so, and I want to make sure they're able to they're all able to eat, so they're not as hungry lately, but still trying to keep it under control. So we'll feed them now. You can see them responding well. This open. One-handed feeding isn't the easiest. Alright. Step away so they can all get to it. Over there. Yeah. I'm still rushing the food, even though I'm feeding them quite a bit more than I usually would. Let them get a bite. They've got their brewer's yeast in the feed today, and clean water. Nothing in the water today, so not too many new birds here. We have the two up there that I'll probably be banding in the next couple of days on eggs. Actually, let me check this one, because if they haven't hatched by now, I can throw them out. Yep. So, something is going on with these. They were due to hatch. They've been candled and no hatching, so I'm going to remove them. Take a look at these guys. Nice reds. Actually, let me take a look. I think we can move you. Down to the floor. Okay. Those are the Gannus young. And yeah, we'll leave them on the floor. You can see they're already big enough to run around, so no need to No need to keep them boxed up there. That guy's just hiding out on his own. Hey, bud. Yep, we'll keep them down there. And yeah, that's basically where we're at. Mostly older birds that we have that have hatched now. So we've got those that just came out. I mean, they were supposed to hatch, but for some reason they didn't hatch. So we've got just a few older ones, which I'm okay. I'm okay with it slowing down a little bit before the last round, because as you guys know, there's already quite a few birds, so we don't need it to be that full. But for some reason it's a little cloudy on my camera. I'm not sure why. Hang on one second. Hope that made a difference. For some reason everything looked a little cloudy. I gotta get them a new grit container because they're obsessed with this grit, and they mess up the feathers on their neck when they start going crazy with the grit. But yeah, not too much for the breeders. We'll let them eat, we'll let them do their stuff. Yeah, I really hope it wasn't too cloudy the first half of the video. It seems to be clear now after I wiped it, but that's just about where we are. Let's see. It's his second day in there. This guy right here. It's his second day, and yesterday he didn't want to eat. Obviously he was scared and didn't really know what was going on, but they get hungry by day 2, so they definitely dive in there and get to eating. So I'm gonna move this the water. I'm probably gonna move it and put it on that shelf just so it's not too crowded on the floor, and it'll stay cleaner and less dusty if I just keep it up on the shelf. So that's what I'll probably end up doing in a couple days, once I see that these last few that I weaned are flying around freely. So I was actually surprised by how much crap there was behind those grates. I mean, I knew that it was filling up, but it really filled up, because now with every day almost it's more and more birds, so you kind of lose track of how fast, how many there are and how much they need to craft. And before you know it, you lift that up and it's basically almost to the top. So yeah, had to get that scraped out. But I don't know if you guys notice, definitely getting feathers around the loft. Some of these older birds are starting to get hit with the mold. So far things seem to be going according to plan. I just don't know what's going to be happening with this with the coronavirus. Obviously there are much more important things than pigeon racing, but we're actually supposed to get an announcement from the governor in the next hour or so, see what he says, what the state's gonna do, because we've been basically doubling in cases day over day. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the racing season. Granted that it's in August, things could somehow get miraculously perfect by August, or they can, God forbid, get progressively worse until August. So you never know what's going to happen. But as of now, I'm just hoping for the best, and basically treating it like nothing's going on in terms of the pigeons, and sticking to the same schedule that I've been sticking to since day one. So that's about it. That's about all I got for you guys. Like I said, if I do try to settle them on Wednesday, I'll definitely be recording that and I'll post it, but if not, I'll probably talk to you guys a little bit later in the week. So as always, thank you for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch up with you guys in a few days. Take care.